There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world.
It's the 13th day in the month of February 2026. Good morning to you. How are you doing? I believe you're doing great and you had a beautiful night rest. I mean, for those in this side of the country, but to you watching wherever you are, season's greetings or warm regards to you watching right now, and I believe you're doing great. Yes, it is the Morning Star Breakfast show here on Starcross Television, and of course, you know what we do here every morning when we come here. We are always and always here to inspire you, empower you, and as well educate you. I am P. Smith, reaching out to you on Starcross Television, and to do this I have also Sister Stella Obina, also known as the Unique One. Good morning to you, Sister Stella. How are you doing?
I'm perfect. Good morning to you, Sister Smith. You're not looking bad this beautiful morning. Thank you so very much to our audience for always staying glued to Starcross Television. As usual, this episode promises to be a very inspiring one, an enlightening one, and a very motivating one. We are here to always remind you of most of those things you might have learned and forgotten due to life hustles and struggles. Please stay glued to this wonderful episode. I remain Stella Obina. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Also joining us on set this morning, I have Brother David Eric, the one I love to call the Prof. Good morning to you, Brother David.
Good morning to you.
You're looking great. I love the colors.
Thank you so much. You know, when you're amongst women, sorry, good morning to
Good
you,
morning.
Sister Stella Obina. When you're with women, you try to be like them, try to accept the fact that they have good fashion sense. I would say rating fashion sense, the women have 70 to 80%.
Okay.
They could go all out even if they have not eaten to make sure they look so beautiful and elegant. So I am learning from the best.
Okay, all right.
It's good to know that you're a good learner.
Thank you so much.
It's like Stella is out for you this morning. So did you tell our audience good morning?
Oh, thank you so much. Good morning to you, our amazing and beautiful audience. You are the reason why we are seated here. Thank you for always tuning in to Star Coast Television. We promise that today's episode is going to be very beautiful, amazing, entertaining, informative, inspiring, and I think at the end of the day, you'll be picking 1 or 2 points for you to be able to add to your life. And also in advance, happy Valentine's Day, happy anger-free day, because that is the best amongst what is going to come your way tomorrow.
All right, thank you so much, Brother David. Eric, yes, we will be talking about the anger-free day. But before then, Stella, do you agree with David when he said that women, when, let's say, at the scale of 100, at 70, women have more fashion sense than the men? Do you agree to that?
Well, yeah, to a greater percentage.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
women has a greater percentage of fashion sense. Yeah, not that men don't. I have seen lots of men who are also into the fashion industry, but on a scale of 1 to 10, I think I will give men a 5%, while I will give women 8%. So that means women are at the higher percentage when it comes to fashion.
Oh, okay. That's beautiful. I don't know if our audience actually agree to this, that women have the highest, when we are talking about highest rates in terms of fashion than the men. If you agree to that, let's hear from you as well. But if you don't, let's also hear from you. This is a live broadcast. You are joining us. If you're watching, you can join us via our Facebook page at BCS Star Cross TV International, or at our YouTube page at BCS Star Cross TV International as well. Please do well to join in the conversation, because this morning we will be looking at a very interesting topic, so you wouldn't want to miss. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, the Morning Star continues.
BCS Music.
When you're far away from home and your candlelight is low, stars will see you through, for you are not alone. You've lost the way to go, it's not the end of the road. Lights will guide you home, I'll always stand by you, and I will be your friend. When the road is rough and cold, you'll never walk alone in this evil world of sin. And I will lead the way and ignite your candle flames. Stars will guide you home, I'll always stand by you. So don't forget the road that leads you home. Don't forget there is a candle you hold. Stars will guide you home, they will guide you home, I'll always stand by you. Don't forget, the Lord is your stronghold. He's your anchor when your candle is low. Stars will guide you home, I'll always stand by you. In this journey of life, my words should guide your heart. Come rain or sunshine, I'll always stand by you. In the registry of life, we must go through pain for gain. Stars will guide you home, I'll always stand by you, and I will be your friend. When the road is rough and cold, you'll never walk alone in this evil world of sin. I will lead the way and ignite a candle flames. Stars will guide you home, I'll always stand by you. So don't forget, so don't forget, road that leads you home. And don't forget, there is a candle you hold. The stars will guide you home. Yeah, I'll always stand stand by you. So don't forget, don't forget, the Lord is your stronghold. He's your anchor when your candle is low. Stars will guide you home. I'll always stand by you.
When darkness falls and fears arise, oh, do not forget the Lord is your greatest might. He said, I will walk beside you through the tears and the battle. Also the stars will guide you home to a place of refuge. As you toil, legion surrounds you. As you sleep, my words protect you. As you wake, my light leads the way. You are not alone. Shine my name in the dark. You see my wonders and mighty your love. I will always be beside you, hand in hand, I'll never leave your pride. Stars will guide you home. Stars will guide you home. Stars will guide you home. So do not forget. Don't forget. Do not forget. You are not alone. Don't forget. You are not alone. Stars will guide you home. Stars will guide you home. And always stand by you. Don't forget. The Lord is your stronghold. He's your anchor when your candle is low. Stars will guide you home. I'll always stand by you. I'll always stand by you.
BCS music.
When you're far away from home and your candlelight is low, stars will see you through, for you are not alone. You've lost the way to go, it's not the end of the road. Lights will guide you home, I'll always stand by you. And I will be your friend when the road is rough and cold. You'll never walk alone in this evil world of sin. And I will lead the way and ignite your candle flames. Stars will guide you home, I'll always stand by you. So don't forget, don't forget the road that leads you home. Don't forget there is a candle you hold. Stars will guide you home, they will guide you home. I'll always stand by you. Don't forget.
The Morning Star Breakfast Show here on Star Cross Television. Yes, this is the live broadcast. You can join us via our Facebook page at BCS Star Cross TV International, and as well as on our YouTube page at BCS Star Cross TV International. So whichever platform you choose to watch, please do well to join in the conversation this morning. Remember, we had a little startup when we said women are known for fashion sense more than the men. That's still like, you know, a little question tag there. So ensure you call us in. Let's get to hear what you have to say about this. But away from that, we still have a topic to discuss about this morning. But before we bring in our topic, we would like to also acknowledge the fact that the Heavenly Monarch is moving to Bayelsa today, which of course the event will be taking place on Sunday. So I would like Brother David Eric to say one or two about this movement.
All right, thank you so much and welcome back, Sister Stella.
Thank you.
It is good for us to understand that our Father, before He does something, there is always a way He comes out.
Yeah.
We understand that the 13th to 19th of April, our Father will be graciously inviting all creations to come and celebrate 25 years of unstoppable, unshakable kingdom. But now, before we grace the presence of our Father, He has to come and sanctify us, purify us, because this is something that is not for mortals, but by grace, by His mercies, we are called and privileged. It is something the angels are supposed to be celebrating. So our Father has seen the need for Him to go and sensitize His children, prepare them, get them ready. So I think all inhabitants of Bayelsa State should be happy. They have to be prepared to receive the heavenly monarch. We saw what happened at River State. We also saw what happened
Lagos,
at
Abuja,
Abuja, the Eastern State. So I believe immensely Bayelsa will not be an exception.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, once
Because
upon...
I'm sorry to
Alright.
say this, they keep raising the bar. You know, Lagos was at its own. You know, we went. The movement also led to Abuja, River State. We also different. I mean, River State had to use 25 sets of vehicles to convey the heavenly monarch, and it was something very beautiful and unique, if you ask me. So I'm wondering what Bayelsa would do.
No, I would not want to be biased, you know. When we went for Bayer, we saw the way the state administrator and his team make sure that the event was beautiful, and this prompted our Father to give the title of the best administrator to the administrator, His Grace Omangi, Roland Omangi. So I believe he's going to keep up to that pace and definitely bring in a very wonderful energy. So I believe immensely that the Father will give them the grace, because it is not by their own grace. The Father will give them the grace to be able to host and receive the heavenly monarch and his entourage.
All right, thank you so much, Brother David. Eric, we look forward to that. Let's see what Bayelsa will do. We have our reporters everywhere, so we'll definitely bring you the information. Now, away from that, tomorrow being the 14th day in the month of February 2026, BCS Worldwide will be celebrating the Anger-Free Day. Let me bring Stella to this discussion. So, let's talk about anger itself. What do you think about that? Because I know part of the reasons why BCS celebrates Anger-Free Day is in commemoration of when our Holy Father, Leader Olumba Olumbabu, you know, challenged the whole world. So, if you are able to make me to make me go angry, even for a second, then let's see who can do that to come out. But then, Stella, I want to ask you, as humans, do you think the spirit of anger can completely be eroded in our lives?
Okay, I don't know. That's a very, very dicey question. In fact, there's an answer in your question.
Oh, okay.
There's already an existing answer in your question. And the answer there is humans. Yeah, we are humans. We can never ever be like God.
Yeah.
Over the years, it has been a long time already since the Holy Father challenged the entire world that whoever makes him angry or gets him angry has a very beautiful reward. We don't even know what that reward looks like, and up to now nobody has been able to receive that reward. So we can never equate ourselves to God. There's no how we can totally eradicate that spirit of anger in us as humans, because if you try to do that, that means you're trying to equate yourself to God Almighty. Yes, He has taught us to be like Him, to emulate Him, to copy His footsteps, to do the things He do and all of that. But I can tell you for free that we can never do 50% of the things our Father has been doing over the years and is still doing. So as humans, we cannot totally eradicate anger.
Okay.
In our existence, it is not possible. Yes, we can always try to see how to hold ourselves in midst of circumstances or situations. Maybe when someone tries to get us angry, and then we just try to say, okay, just take a deep breath, just do this, just do that. But there is no how that person would have not at least pinched a little part of you, even if you don't just pour it out or show that yes, you are truly angered by the actions of this person. There is the action of that person has triggered something in you. Definitely. So there's no how you can totally eradicate that spirit of anger in you. It's just a process of, Father, please take away this from me, take away the spirit of anger. Yes, the Father is actually doing it, but definitely it can never be on 100%. So I think I have answered your question.
Yeah, definitely you have. But I don't know for our audience, yes, because I feel it is a spirit. And I also feel such a spirit can be, eroded. I don't know.
No. Our Father once said it is pleasant or it is acceptable, let me use the word that, for you to get angry. Someone can make you angry, but he said, do not allow your anger cross over to the next day. As the sun sets down, your anger should also go down with the sun. That is it. Understand? So it is natural for us to get angry. Something can always lead to something for us to get angry.
Okay.
But we should not allow it to exceed the setting of a new day. That is a simple truth.
All right. Thank you so much, Brother David, Eric. And of course, I know to our audience out there who is watching, you also agree with us that it's not easy for as mere mortals to actually go without anger. Let me put it that way. But then you can actually watch it. Rather than allowing your anger to actually make you do what you're not supposed to do or to cause chaos amongst your community or environment or something, and you stand to regret, because that's one thing about anger.
Yeah.
When once you are angry and you want to bring down the whole house and everything, when once that anger dissipates, you start feeling like, oh, why did I actually do this and all of that? So let's see how we can work on ourselves. We can pray for the Spirit to always stay calm, and definitely it will come to you. So we are celebrating the power of love. We are celebrating Anger-Free Day. So see how you can reach out to someone out there. See how you can put a smile on someone's face. It doesn't have to be a close lover. It can be a family member. It can be whatever. Even someone you're seeing by the roadside. You can say, oh, BCS is celebrating Anger-Free Day or Power of Love. So share love. Show love to that person that is very close to you. And at the same time, you are actually practicing, if not 10%. You're practicing the admonishment of the Father. All right. So at this point, I would like to bring in our topic for this morning. Remember, I told you that this morning we will be looking at the topic that interests you and interests the other person. So permit me to actually say out the title of or the topic for this morning. The topic is offering and tithing, which holds more value in the sight of God. I would like to take that again. Between offering and tithing, which one holds more value in the sight of God? You know, when I'm talking about offering, you know what I'm talking about, the one you go to church and then sometimes someone will say, don't pass all the 1,000 naira and 500. Go and move 50 naira and put. So that's what I'm talking about. So we will be discussing it here this morning. Now, tithing is the one you have to take to God secretly in prayers, so that you offer 10% of all your earning for the month or for the year, right? So we will be discussing that this morning. So this is a topic that interests you, that you would love to send in your comment, and it also bothers on the person seated very close to you. Please, let's interact. Let's make this a very conversational segment this morning. So to reach out to us, you can join the conversation via Facebook page, like I mentioned before, or via YouTube page. Our phone line is displayed on the screen, so do well to call us in. While we are waiting for your comments, let me bring in my colleagues here on set. So now let's start with understanding the difference or the differences between tithing and offering in its purpose and spiritual meaning. Let me start with you, Brother Eric.
All right, thank you so much. In Malachi 3 verse 10, it backdates down to the Old Testament. It is a traditional right that God gave the commandment that we must return 10% of our earnings. Yes, this shows faithfulness and honor. That is one thing that we should understand. While the aspect of offering, which is recorded in 2 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 7, shows that it has to do with love and sacrifice. Now, there are two different things. There is love and sacrifice. The other one shows honor and faithfulness. There is a commitment attached to
faith and sacrifice. Which one shows faith and sacrifice?
Faith and sacrifice has to do with tithing.
Okay.
Understand? Now, the other aspect, which is, faith and honor has to do with tithing. Okay. Then while love and sacrifice has to do with offering. It takes a man who has a very good heart to be generous. Understand? To have love and sacrifice. Once you're giving out offering, you're giving out a sacrifice. It is different. If you're giving out offering, you're giving out a sacrifice. you are showing love. You don't show love when you're going to pay your tithe. It's two different things.
Okay. In this context of offering that you're talking about, please let's have an understanding so that our audience will also follow. In this aspect of offering you're talking about, is it offering that you give to the poor or offering that you take to the church? Like maybe there's a service going on. No, let's have a better understanding, please.
Offering is offering.
Okay.
Giving out alms can be offering. It has to do with showing of love. That's why I said offerings expresses show of love and sacrifice.
Okay.
While tithing has to do with faithfulness and honor, it is a commandment. Tithing is a commandment. You must do this. You have to do this. Now, for you to make sure you do that, there is faithfulness in it, which is you must take out the earnings of your 10%, 1/3 of everything, and give out, understand, to God. While offerings has to be showing of love and applying sacrifice. If you're not willing to sacrifice, you cannot give out offerings. Imagine you having 100 naira on you at a particular point in time, and you're not willing to sacrifice to give out that 100 naira. That is offering at that particular point in time. But if you have that 100 naira, it's a commandment that you must remove out 10 naira from it to pay your tithe. So it's a two different thing.
Okay.
It's a very different thing from offerings and tithing. So offerings has to do with love and sacrifice, while tithing has to do with faithfulness and honor.
Wow, that's very beautiful. Stella, do you have something to add?
Okay, offerings and tithings are essential aspects of Christian giving. These are things, in fact, these are practices that have, it has been there way before now, like in the days of old, like tithes or offerings that they were used to grow the church, to community services and all of that. They reflect our trust in God and then a way of showing gratitude to God Almighty. Just like he has mentioned, tithe is giving 10%. 10% of your earnings to the church, the growth of the church, and everything concerning the church. Your 10% has to go to God Almighty. While you're offerings are voluntary gifts.
Okay.
Voluntary gifts given to God. Now, someone will ask, is it okay for you to be a consistent tithe payer, but you don't give offerings? Now, it takes a heart of a good giver to always give his or her offerings. You could always be consistent in paying your tithes because it is mandatory, maybe in church, that you must have to present your 10% every month to God Almighty. Maybe for the services of the church, to build the church, to do this in church, your 10%, you're always very consistent. But are you a generous giver? Are you a cheerful giver? Those are two different things. You could be a consistent tithe payer, but you are not someone who gives. You are not someone who gives his or her offering. The offering, I would say, offering is the intent. Yes. While the tithes is, should I say, the action, or you're just doing it because you are asked to do. Yes, it's an obligation that you should do it. Meanwhile, offering, on the other hand, is the intention. It could be that you don't even have much. Yes, and then offering, from my own point of view, does not necessarily have to be in church. You could just pass by and then you see a beggar and then you gift that beggar something. You have donated, you have impacted in the life of that beggar at that point in
let
time.
me come in there. Thank you so much, because I can remember there was a day we also talked about tithing here, and I said that tithe can also be given to. That was my own.
Offering can also be.
No, I used the word tithe then. We were talking about tithing. So I said tithing, maybe you're going to pay your tithe and then
Giving alms.
yeah, then you just saw someone who is in need. Then you giving that to that person is also a form of paying your tithe. I can remember that's what I said.
Okay.
Now, today we are talking about offering and we are talking about tithing. Now, for someone who actually sees the need, who feels that the only way, because I also gave an example of such, the only way he or she feels paying of tithe is mandatory, is like going to the priest and offering monthly stipend on his own prerogative to that priest, not necessarily taking it to church, yes, as a tithe payment or something. So in that aspect now, Bro Eric, I think let me bring Bro Eric to the discussion. In that aspect now, would you say God does not, or maybe let's say when you're offering to people alone. When you're tithing, you're giving it to God. So drawing this similarities between these two and differences between these two, what can you say?
All right.
In that context.
Yes. As I said earlier, tithing is different from offerings. If you're going out to give offerings, I see offerings, tithing is a commandment that we must keep. Offerings have to do with a lot of sacrifice. As Stella has rightly said, it takes a man with a bold heart to say he wants to be charitable, he wants to give out offerings, he wants to give out alms. It is two different things. A man can be so committed in paying his tithe and not be a charitable person.
So does that mean God will not still bless the person? Or God will bless the person more because he's paying his tithe?
That is left for God to decide at this particular point in time. But as humans, we know what is right. Our Father always tells us that we should love our neighbor as we love ourselves, give alms to the poor. And the Father has become a replica that we have to emulate. He does that. He does charity. He makes sure that he takes care of everybody. He has done that physically. I'm not talking about the spiritual aspect. He has given us a pathway for us to follow. So if a man says that he finds it pleasing for him to be able to sacrifice, because now let me explain again.
Okay.
Let me imagine an instance whereby 1,000 naira is your money coming in for the month, and you have removed 100 naira for your tithes, which is sacrosanct. It takes...
But you know, it also takes, I'm sorry, it also takes sacrifice to do that. Because a lot of persons, I'm sorry, for example... To
be a consistent
yes,
yeah.
For example, you have just, you're receiving 1,000 naira as your monthly pay. Let's put it that way, it's an example. And now you have to remove 100 naira. Knowing that when you remove 100 naira,
you have 900
that's like 900 naira. And you start calculating so many things. I know a lot of persons watching, they must have found themselves in this situation. And you're calculating many things. But you know, it's a commandment. If you're actually a Christian, it's a commandment that you have to pay 100, like 10% of that 1,000. And you see people doing it. Sometimes they say, I have to do it no matter what. Don't you think that's a sacrifice?
That is where I'm going to now.
Okay.
A man can freely remove the 10%. But the other aspect where he's left with 900 naira and he sees someone who is a beggar or who is in need of that money, you will see at a particular point in time, there's a lot of calculations. Should I do this? Should I do this charity? Should I help this person at this point? But most persons pay a lot of preference to tithing. They know that tithing is tithing.
Okay.
At this particular point, we have gotten the consciousness. But the aspect of offerings, you did mention that you go to church, you see someone with huge sum of money, but is going to remove the lowest denomination in offering. It has to do with sacrifice. It has to do with love. But if it is the money that is coming in for an income for the month, the person definitely knows that there is no way you're going to remove the lower denomination. You have to remove the 10%. Otherwise, when you go there, the tithe is not complete. We all know that spiritually.
But should we pay tithe because, or should we pay 10% because we can comfortably... Imagine you are receiving 1,000 naira and you know that, okay, you've calculated yourself, this 900 naira can help you more and still remain. You understand? So paying your tithe because you're comfortable about paying it at that point, is it okay? Or do you think whether that 900 left is still going to carry you for whatever you're doing or not? You have to pay your tithe. I don't know if you understand.
I get your point. Paying our tithe should not be at our comfort zone. That is the simple
because
truth.
a lot of persons do that.
Yes, now we have to be admonishing our audience. Paying for our tithe does not need that we have to be in a comfortable zone. It has to come naturally. It has to happen naturally. Whether you're comfortable or not. It is a means of showing, it's not showing gratitude though. It is not showing gratitude. It is something that is giving back to the Creator. You receive, freely you received, you have to give back to the Creator. The means of showing gratitude for me is offerings. Understand? Gratitude in the sense that you are alive today, you're walking hale and hearty, you're breathing. You have to show love to others. You have to give alms to the needy. This is what our Father has kept for us. So I do not want persons to have this notion of believing that maybe if you're charitable or you're offering voluntary services means that you're paying your tithe. No, you're not paying your tithe. You can spend a lot of 1 million, 2 billion giving offerings, opening orphanage homes, giving people everything that they want, and maybe your earning a month is 1,000 naira, and you feel that because you did not remove that 100 naira to pay your tithe, and you've released out over how many millions to offer, do charity, you have not done the right thing.
Wow, that's very deep. That's very deep. But let me bring in Stella, because I noticed she was nodding. Like, you have a lot to say as regards to that. But while you're also adding to what he said, like, let me ask you this question: does God actually care more about the percentage we give as tithe, or the sacrifices we make in terms of offering?
Okay, thank you very much. I'll come to your question. Now, like you mentioned, I do have a different viewpoint from what Eric has said. I just needed to listen keenly so that I'll know how to attack. Okay, now this thing about tithing and offering. As Christians, oftentimes we just tend to derail from the major essence.
Okay.
Like the efficacy attached to these two practices, offerings and tithing. Now let's come from the angle of tithing. You mentioned that whether or not you do your very best to give offerings to the poor, do these construct less privileged homes and all of that, and you don't give 10% of whatever income you make in a month, that is the truth anyways.
Okay.
That's the truth. Offerings and tithings are two different practices, so don't even try to marry them. Don't say, okay, this month, since I have so many things to do at Mr. A and B orphanage homes, so let me just match my offering and tithe together. And offering is offering, tithe is tithe. But what happens if you do you consistently pay your monthly tithes, but you don't see the need whatsoever to give alms to the poor? Those, in your own case, you said whether or not you do all your offerings every day anyhow in billion folds, and you don't reciprocate your 10%, you have not done anything. But what if in the other way around, you pay your tithes consistently, but you don't see the need whatsoever?
It's not in you to always offer.
In fact, it's more like a curse on you if you give alms to
I've
the poor.
actually seen people like that, you know.
Do you also think that God will accept your 10%?
Okay, let's come to that point.
Okay.
I have not answered the second question.
Yeah, definitely will come.
Okay, after Eric.
In Samuel 16 verse 7, it said that
we have pastors
that God looks at the heart.
Okay.
We understand what happened between the Pharisee and the Republican. Understand? When they came forth. This other one was saying that I have done this, I have done that. It was so rude and arrogant.
Okay.
One thing we need to understand, that when we have the mindset that we believe that we want to equate ourselves with God, and you're believing that I am paying my tithe, after all I am paying my tithe, I do not see the need to offer help, alms, as the case may be, you are very wrong also. Now, we understand that tithe has a greater value, but these two things works in line. At some point in time, you have to understand that if you are in the position whereby you have to help, you have to give offerings. For example, now you wake up on a Sunday morning and you have to be grateful that you're going to church, you have seen a new day. What offerings do you have to give to God? We can give offerings by singing praises to God. The little token we have to give offerings.
But it must be from a sincere heart.
From a sincere heart. It has to be from the heart. Now, I need also to understand that offerings cannot really be monetary. It can be during services, voluntary services. You can see some group of person can come together saying that, oh, they want to help tidy the house of God, clean the house of God, do things, help the priest. These are offerings.
I think it's based on your capacity.
Yes.
It's based on you, because you may not have the money
the
to
physical,
give,
the financial
give,
capability.
yes, but then what you have to offer.
Now it has to do with the heart. So a man will sit down and say that, after all, I am paying my tithe January, February, March. and you do not see any need to be grateful, because offerings are gratitude
Yeah.
to God. You do not see any need to be grateful. I do not know where you stand.
But now let me come in, because you know there are some persons who do not have this grace or spirit to give. Stella, you still answer your question.
Okay.
Yeah, there are some persons who do not have that grace to give, but they know that every month they have to pay their tithes every month, or whatever comes in. Sometimes maybe you just win a lotto. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. You know, maybe so you just had a huge sum of money unexpectedly, or you have your salary or from your seats, whatever, and you have to pay your tithe. You know, people do that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to offering, you know, I feel it's a gift, you know. Just like you have the gift of being patient, another person may have the attributes of showing love or kindness and all of that. There's someone who may not have. I can remember there's a time in Brotherhood we celebrated, I can't actually remember the event, but we all had our own different gift or something, where this one had the gift of obedience. I don't know if you can remember the event.
Yes.
So I feel it's a gift given to so many persons. But then there are people who do not have that. Would you say those persons have not even
Okay,
tried?
I would not say it's a gift. I
Like,
think
it's-
I should beg to differ.
Okay.
I
It's
use
like
the
a
wo-
talent.
I
If
use-
talent is okay.
No. I use the word. I'll use the word gratitude. Everybody should be grateful. Everybody should be grateful, but it cannot be in the same quantity.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, let me come in there. Now, to answer your question, I have not answered the question.
Oh,
Although
yes,
Eric, in
definitely.
his explanation, had already answered
Yeah.
the question, but I'll still have to throw more light. Now, in this particular scenario you painted, if you're seeing it as a gift, like someone who is naturally a giver, you can also cultivate that
Yeah.
attitude of giving. You don't necessarily have to kill yourself to please someone. The little you do.
Yeah.
Now, let's say you're just walking along Ikaika
Ikaika.
streets, for instance, and then you see someone who said, okay, please, I need 10 naira to buy pure water. I'm very thirsty. I just finished eating. I don't have water to drink. And you know very well you have more than 10 naira. You, at that point in time, you don't need to be a talented giver. I don't know. You don't need to be a born giver to be able to remove 10 naira from the
your
1,000
bag.
naira you have just to buy sachet water for that person to drink. You need to be able to say, okay, put yourself in the shoes of this young man or young woman who came, like, for the person to be able to even summon the courage. Let's say this person is not a beggar. This person is not a beggar. You don't know this person to be a beggar. This is someone maybe you have known. You know this person to be a hardworking person, for instance, but just that the situation that time couldn't allow the person to afford 10 naira to buy water. And then this person summons that courage, walks up to you to say, oh brother, oh sister, please, I need 10 naira to buy water, I am thirsty. And you have more than 10 naira. At that point in time, you do not need to be a natural giver. Your gifting that time does not have to be a gift from God.
Okay.
Do you get?
Yeah.
You have to be able to cultivate that attitude of giving freely. Now, by giving freely, you don't have to break your back. You do not have to break your back.
So
to
in
give.
situations where you have to, let's say you don't have, like I've seen a situation where maybe you were just having that 10 naira,
Okay.
and this person is really, really in need of that 10 naira. You can
Okay.
see it in that person that that person needs it. At that point, don't you have to break your
Yeah,
back?
I understand that point. I know of people like that who are selfless to the core, that they don't even, at that point in time, if they are faced with situations like that, they don't put themselves first. They don't put their interest first. Now, let's say you didn't even have an urgent need for that 10 naira, and then someone who really, really has an urgent need to make use of that 10 naira at that point in time, you have to go all out to make sure the person, that is, if you know very well, you have searched yourself that that's 10 naira with you, you don't really have an urgent need for it. It's okay for you to give it out. It's okay for you to give it out at that point in time. But even though for sure, now let's say you are a student. Let's say you are seeing yourself through school, and then the only last money you have with you is your school fees. And then someone walks up to you to say, okay, please, I have not paid my school fee, please. Can you borrow me 30,000? And you know the last 30,000 you have with you is for your school fee. My dear, God no send you that one. There's something God cannot
I
ask
think
you.
our audience will have to
Yeah,
come in here in this
because the
discussion.
Bible also says
Okay.
in Corinthians, 2 Corinthians 9, verse
7.
7, it says that God loves a
A
cheerful.
cheerful giver.
But we have to understand that situation matters. we do not have to see ourselves going all out or killing ourselves because we want to become cheerful givers. You understand?
But if that's where God really loves it, no. God doesn't
understand the
Okay.
scenario now. Understand the scenario. You are faced with the point whereby you want to pay your school fees, and you are also a cheerful giver. You love helping. You understand? And this person also wants to pay his or her own school
If you know
fees.
why I'm laughing.
It is very, very important for the person to also understand that you who is also going to ask, you have to also have the mind of understanding.
Yeah.
Do not make it look as if it is something that you have the mandate of collecting it from that person. Do you understand? Some persons who also need help at some point in time, they feel that they are indebted to this person, or the person is indebted rather to them. It is an opportunity, it is a privilege, it is
obligation
right,
that
an
you must have to
obligation.
collect.
Which other word do I have to use that you must collect from that person? No.
Okay.
It is something that has to come for free will. Do not force somebody to be in a position whereby you have to blackmail the person for you to collect from the person and saying that God loves a cheerful giver. No.
Okay.
This person wants to pay his school fees, and you want to pay, you too, you want to pay your school fees, and you're like blackmailing the person, forcing the person, putting the person in a very wrong position. Maybe because you know, as P said, that the person has a talent of giving. Or maybe because this person is a very free giver, you want to blackmail the person, put the person in a very tight spot where the person will now give you his school fees, and now you now
Go
be
back to
joyous,
start lamenting.
and you now go and pay the
Have
school
you been in that shoe where
No,
you have
you cannot
just 10
put me-
naira
you
and you
cannot
give it
put
to
me-
someone and you have to beg from another person?
No,
But anyways,
and remember the Bible also says that you have to give out from a willing heart, from a comfortable spot. Understand? Yes, it might not really be a comfortable spot, but you should not give out and start lamenting. At the end of the day, you will not receive blessings.
That's stupidity, if you ask me.
You don't have to give out and start
okay,
lamenting.
so I think I have to still bring in
Okay.
Stella. So in this scenario now that we have all talked about, which one do you think God values more?
Okay, both the tithing and the offering. Thank you so very much. That still brings me back to the previous question you asked. So in that situation, I would say God, both are important to God.
Okay.
Yes. Tithing is giving your 10%, and then offering is a voluntary donation, a voluntary gift. It's something you do willingly. Nobody forced you to do it. All are important to God. God is not considerate about the percentage at this point in time. What he is considerate about is the intent. Yes. Is their heart, is that willingness, is that free will, is that thing you do out of your own. Nobody forced you to do it. Whether it is through tithing or through offering. But what is much more important there is the intention. Even if you are giving your 10%, most times people force people to give 10%.
True.
You get
True.
most times we'll find ourselves with, this is a this
I'm
year
sorry,
is
I've
a
been
reality.
a part of it.
Thank you so very much. This year is a reality check.
And my mom had to, you have to pay that money
Yeah,
down.
even our audience will
Yeah.
attest to what we are saying right now, that most times when, for instance, a monthly stipend comes in, and then you'll be like, must I pay this month? You know, must I-
You know,
when you have cross-checked everything and then don't know your checks and balances, you'll be like, must I, if I don't pay this month, God will still understand. Those are all the thoughts of humans, you get. But at that point in time,
let me say, sorry.
Okay.
Maybe God just give to you, sorry, 1 million. And you'll be like, going to pay 100,000 to God
naira.
is big, oh.
You'll just be reasoning a whole lot of things. At that point in time, it is not the percentage that counts. It is the intent behind.
But you have
your
to pay that
actions.
10%.
Yes, it is very, very paramount that you pay your tithes.
Redeem.
It is very, very paramount. You don't even have to owe God, because if God wants to owe you, you even be praying to
Can
leave
you
the
imagine
surface
what
of the
will
earth.
happen if God wants?
Okay, I think I need to clear something. Now.
Okay.
Most persons believe that tithe is a law or a commandment. Now, let me highlight the Old Testament. In Leviticus 27:30 said that it was a law in the Old Testament. And now in the New Testament, we have Romans 6:14, which says that believers are not under any law, but under grace. We have to understand.
I think that's a very big...
Yes, we have to understand
gathering.
that it is not a law for us to pay our tithe, but it is by grace we have to be thankful and go back and pay our tithe. It is something we need to understand. We are not under any law.
Yeah.
We are not forced, because if we're under a law, just like our tax, You understand? You must pay tax. It is compulsory. It is legal that you must pay tax. But God being God, we understand that this is by grace that we must go back and pay our tithe.
And show gratitude.
And show gratitude. We take it for granted. We do not go back and pay our tithe because we do not have any tax force coming to follow us, somebody coming to lock us up and say, you have not paid your tithe for this month, we have not done this for them. We are not under any law.
Yeah.
We are under the grace of God. But we do not have to take the grace for granted. It is said, how long shall iniquity continue and how long shall grace abound? So we have to understand that, yes, grace is sufficient from God, but we have to do the right thing. In as much as the fact that we do not have soldiers coming after us, we do not have, should I say, tight force coming after us. We have to understand that we do not have to have this. I know it's not easy. I've also been in that situation. I cannot say I've not been in that situation whereby you say, wow, you're removing a whole 100 naira to go and pay tithe at this particular point in time. I think we have to create that mindset. If we have this understanding that we are not under any law, it's a free will, we are under the grace of the Father, that we must pay our tithes. We have to try our best and pay our tithes.
All right, thank you so much, Brother David Eric and Sister Stella Obinna. Yes, the conversation is just getting started. We have lots and lots to discuss on this particular topic. Remember, the topic is offering and tithing. Which one holds dear? Which one is most valuable to God? So we have been discussing a lot here, but we haven't come to a conclusion as to which one God really loves the most or values the most. So let's leave you with this Vox Pop with Sister Esther Samuel. Yes, she actually took us to the streets of Calabar. Let's hear what people have to say about this particular topic. When we come back, yes, the discussion continues. Make sure you keep dropping your comments. We are waiting for you. Our phone line is displayed. Stella, please, do you have the number?
Okay, that is +2347044802883. That's the phone line on your screen. Do well to also
please
contribute.
Repeat it again.
+2347044802883. That is the phone line on your screen.
All right, thank you so much. Stay tuned. We will be right back after this break.
Good day to you, my beloved and amazing viewers out there. Trust you're doing well. I am Esther Samuel, and we're grateful to have you join us today on this amazing program brought to you by Starcross Television. Today, we go into the streets and find out people's opinion concerning life issues and social issues that are either bothering or marring the society. So, in a situation where financial difficulties step in, bills are mounting for you to pay, and you also have limited resources to take care of yourself, a question arises that tastes both faith and wisdom. Should a broke person pay tithes? Yes, our question today is, should a broke person pay tithes? Now, let's go right into the streets of Calabar and get to hear what people have to say about this. Stay with us.
For me, I would say no, because if you understand tithe, you want to understand that it's your 1/10. And how do you get 1/10 if you are not being paid? So the answer to that question should be no. You get 1/10 when you work and you get your money. That's when you pay your 1/10. That's what tithe is all about.
A broke person can pay a tithe because God is giving us opportunity. God give us 2 legs and 2 hands. God make us to see the day and eat every day, every moment, every time. So whether you are poor or you are rich, whatsoever you be, you have to make sure that you pay tithe.
In my church, they teach us how to pay tithe from your income. We are paying tithe from our income. What I am saying now, that a broken person cannot pay tax is because he cannot produce anything.
Well, I don't think being broke means you don't have work or you don't have money. So long as you have something coming into your pockets, you can still pay tithes. Pay tithes is an action of faith. That's what it takes for somebody to pay tithes. You might be broke, but you're still eating. How do you come up with that? Okay, and paying tithes is not only in monetary terms. Okay, you can pay tithes in foodstuff. Most importantly, people, out of convenience, exchange it for money and then they pay. Right? So if you are a farmer and you farm to eat, you can equally sell some of those your farm stuff and pay your tithes out of it. But then the most important thing is that you need faith to be able to pay tithes.
where will he get the money to pay tithe? What will he use to pay tithe? I don't think he can pay tithe. Because even himself here, he's now a baker. Don't you see so? He has nothing to hold on. So, he cannot pay tithe.
Yes, broke person can pay tithe. It depends on how you understand it. Tithe is like a seed. Maybe you work, you have 200 naira, you can't give 100 naira. You understand? Yeah, you cannot eat it all. But it doesn't mean that if you don't pay, you don't reach. But it's normal to pay tithe. Whether you broke or you rich, you pay tithe. Because that tithe that you pay is being controlled spiritually. That is washing out of this your physical money that you made. So even if you broke, you pay. You rich, you pay tithe.
It's been an amazing time out here in the streets of Calabar, and I hope you have heard various convictions from individuals of different faith. And I hope you have learned one or two things today. So I'll leave you to my colleagues in the studio.
Oh yes, should a broke person pay his or her tithe? I feel that was the question Sister Esther Samuel actually took to the streets of Calabar. So it is a question for you watching right now. Do you think a broke person should pay his or her tithe? Welcome back. It's still the Morning Star Breakfast Show here on Star Cross Television. And of course, I still have your Stella, Obina, and Brother David.
Thank you so
welcome back. Yes, that was a very interesting one out there on the streets. Should a broke person pay his or her tithe? Stella, what do you have to say?
Okay, I was following up the responses from our brothers and sisters in the street of Calabar, and I must say thank you so very much, Esther, for linking us up with that particular topic. Should a broke person pay tithe? And then listening to the comments of those people, some persons were like, if you're eating, why can't you pay tithe? You don't have money to pay tithe, but you have money to eat on a daily.
Yeah.
And that person would say, I think someone said,
what if someone give you the phone and I borrow you chop? You understand?
The other person still said, now who gets money they pay tithe. Okay, those are all funny responses, you know, but in conclusion, just like we have defined what tithe payment is, it is a 10% from your monthly income, and then while offering is a voluntary donation. So if we are to stick to our 10%, now let's say this person in question does not work, he doesn't have any source of income at all, where should this person take his or her 10% from? I know that from if you're to cast your mind back to the Old Testament, tithing then most times was not really about physical cash. Yes, it could be food items. They know how to measure their food, their 10% of food items back then. But in this era, tithes 10% is likened to cash.
Okay.
Like 10% from all of your monthly income.
Stella, sorry,
So,
let me just add one or two there.
Okay.
We might not be working at the end of the month to receive money. What happens to a man who is a bricklayer? What happens to a man who is a carpenter?
You know the context of broke there, sorry.
Okay.
I feel it's someone who doesn't have
any.
He's not having any.
I need to clear. I need to clear the air.
Okay.
Some persons believe because they're not working in a white collar job, they are broke. And now imagine you say you were broke and you cannot pay tithe. All of a sudden there is a work in your front. You need to lift this load from this point to this next point.
Not earning at
That is
all.
not possible,
It's
sister.
possible,
Please.
brother.
That money will exchange hand. How then do you eat? Exchange hand. How then do you eat? Will you tell me that for 31 days in a row that you'll be receiving food from your neighbor? That there will be no services exchange.
Eric, I've actually seen a situation like
says that if someone is giving you food on a daily and you do not have anything in exchange to do for that, it is wrong. At least try and pick up the person's clothes to wash or try and tidy up one or two things.
So when you do there
must be services. There must be services. He says that a lazy man cannot be fed.
Sure.
What happens even if you have not received the white collar job? You can also offer labor services. and there will be income coming in at that particular point in time. So no man should come and sit down here and tell me that he or she is broke. There must be income. There will be no how you will tell me from January till the beginning of January to end of January, you have not received money in your account. Right. Or there's no exchange of money in your account.
Do you know why I'm still arguing with you on that? Because I've seen a life story of not just one or two persons. Maybe that was how it was meant to be.
That was the story the person painted for you at the front.
It's not.
Will you tell me that the person stayed from January, the beginning of January to end of January, that there was no physical cash coming into his hand? You monitor the person. You can prove to me statistically that you monitor the person
from my end. I'm saying this out of a life story. I'm not saying it because I'm trying to paint the picture or paint it. It's a life story, not one, not two persons. From the 1st of January, since you're using January, from the 1st of January to 31st, this person is not working, does not have. The person only lives on how God decides to make him live or her live at that point.
And will you tell me that the point that God decides for him, that there was no one day he had a physical cash coming into his hand?
Perhaps it could be food, maybe cooked meal, and now maybe 500 comes into the person's hand. Okay, that person will have to pay tithe at that point.
Definitely.
Okay, good, Stella.
Wait, let's. I'm always. I always like coming from a different perspective, painting a different scenario. Now, let's say this person is into menial jobs. Like, for instance, you assist a food vendor to sell food, and then what you get in exchange is not money.
It's food.
It's food. What you get in exchange isn't money but food. Like every day when you're done rendering your services, this food vendor gives you food to eat. That is what happens day in, day out. You don't have access to any physical cash.
Some even trade to that place. So
you don't have access to any physical cash. Nothing like money comes into your hand, just food. So how do you expect that person to pay 10% from that food?
All right, now we have this to understand that we do not monitor everybody's life.
Sure.
We understand that our Creator knows us in and out. I will tell you for a fact that in this particular scenario, there will be money coming in, even if it's not from that particular person where he's working.
Okay.
There will be money. There is nobody on planet Earth that will tell me from the first day of January to the last day of January, there is no exchange of money in your account or given to you by hand. A man who wants to pay his tithe will definitely pay his tithe either way. So there should be no excuse. Whether you are broke or whether you are rich, there must be a way for you to pay your tithe.
Okay. All right, now let's bring in, Stella, are you done?
Yeah.
Let's bring in the issue of the woman, the widow's mite we used to hear in the Bible. So how does this story challenge our understanding of valuable, giving? Okay, let me bring in Stella at this point.
What's the question?
The widow's mite, like that we sometimes hear in the Bible, where the woman had to give the last penny she had. So how does this actually challenge our understanding of what valuable giving really means?
Okay, thank you so very much. What that means, it's not even far-fetched from what we had mentioned earlier, where someone approaches you and then you feel like, okay, this is all you have. That's your widow's mite. This is all you have, but considering the situation of the person who walked up to you, you just had to give it out. Now, this widow, in that situation, that could be her last penny.
That was.
Okay, that was her last penny, but she had to give it out, knowing fully well that, okay, maybe, just maybe, she was not in dire need of that last penny at that point in time, but there was someone who needed it most. Good. How does that challenge our
understanding of valuable giving? Remember, we talked about like Eric mentioned, that no matter how broke the person is, that person must have been given something within the month, no matter how little. And now when we are talking about offering or tithing, we are looking at it at being 10%, and it must be the factors. Remember the story of Cain and Abel, where Abel had to give the most the most fresh or whatever of his produce against Cain. You understand? And now when we are also talking about tithe, no matter whether it's 100 million you're receiving in a month, or it has to be 10% of it, no matter how huge it's looking in your or it's sounding in your head. So now when we are talking about valuable giving, how does this we do?
Okay, now it still boils down to intent. And then if you are this person who values giving. Now let's say if you're someone who earns 1,000 naira a month, if giving out 10% of 1,000, which is 100 naira, to God as tithes, is like a curse on you. Like, it's something you can never, before you even attempt doing it, you have constructed so many things in your head. You have thought about how what 100 naira can do for you, what that 10% can do for you. If you cannot give out 100 naira, I trust, in fact, I dare you that you cannot give 100,000 naira.
Definitely.
That is how it is.
Definitely.
Why are you pointing it to me?
You are saying nothing but the truth.
I'm going to shock you. I'm not referring to you in person. Like,
No,
I'm just generalizing
it.
it. If you are someone who cannot give out 100 naira, you can never give out 100,000 naira.
Yeah.
So that is just how it is.
Okay,
naturally.
I have this to say.
Okay.
I started paying tithes. I'm not saying it because I want to impress anybody.
Okay.
Finally, we have a caller.
Okay. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Good morning to you. We can hear you. Good morning. Okay, Sister Oluchi, thank you for calling us this morning. Okay. Amen. Okay, thank you so very much, Sister Oluchi, for that very wonderful contribution. It's not far-fetched from what we had already said here, and Brother Eric actually really did hammer on that particular aspect. Thank you so very much for joining us this morning. Father bless you immensely.
Amen.
All right, so I started paying my
That's
tithe
beautiful.
as early as Sabbath. Now, I want us to understand something. There is a foundation our Father has given to us, and kudos to all the Sabbath teachers and also the parents.
Yeah.
My grandmother had to make me understand that you need to start paying your tithe as small as you are. Now, you will be giving money. This is how I was taking to Sabbath. I'll be giving money to get snacks during the break, like in Sabbath, during the break on the Sunday service or in classes. Now, as a child, they will always give me money that take this money when you go, you pay your tithe. I had the option to, when I get to the altar, to kneel down and pay the tithe, or
to use it.
to use the money and go and buy snacks because I want to satisfy my urge. You understand? Remember, I am not working. I am a Sabbath child. My grandma will always take me to the altar. Oh yeah, pay your tithe, I will pay. At a point, they left me. They will give me the money. You pay your tithe for this month. And I got used to it. I understood that I must go and pay my tithe. So the fact that anyone is telling me that because you are not working, I will always say, if God can provide for the birds of the air and the fishes in the water, there is no way that any human being will tell me from January 1st to 31st that you will not have any money to pay tithe. We are all witnesses in so many situations. You can have lavishly at some point you do not have. But that does not mean that you will not have at the dying minute. And the spiritual implication that we should understand, that our Father has given us a technical know-how that we should know ahead of everybody, that the more you pay your tithe, is the more the times things are hard, people will come true for you. From nowhere, you will just see things happening. So how then can't we just get this understanding and know that you have to pay your tithe? Yes, as adults, let me not use the word as a young one, but as adults, at some point, we always believe that we should not even pay this tithe. After all, there's no law enforcement agency coming around to come and even hold us. So it's a free will thing, voluntary something. As I said in the Old Testament, it was mandatory. It was like a law. All right.
Okay, we have another caller.
Hello, good morning. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
Good morning,
Good morning,
Sister
Sister Gladys.
Good morning.
Okay, before you leave, Sister Gladys, can you hear me?
There's a question for you, Sister Gladys.
Okay, thank you so much for that wonderful response from you. Now, I have this question to ask you on the aspect of offering. So now, if offering becomes a routine or mechanical system, does it still carry spiritual weight before God? If offering was supposed to be something we do like on daily basis, like a routine, or maybe, yeah, periodically, so does it still carry blessings? Yeah. Yeah. If Okay.
Okay. Thank you so very much, Sister Gladys, for joining us this morning and for contributing your meaningful ideas towards our topic this morning. Father bless you immensely.
Amen.
Bye.
All right, thank you so much, Sister Gladys. Yes, as I was saying, so we need to have this understanding and know that tithing in the Old Testament, yes, it was like a law that you must do it. It has been enforced. But our Father, coming in his second advent, he has given us love. He said grace will abound. He has shown us true love. So I think most times as humans, once we are not enforced to do a particular thing, we do not see any end sense in it. Take for example, I did mention, now we have to pay tax. Everybody in the country is afraid. Countries are paying tax. You will see the citizens abiding to the tax. They want to pay their tax if it is weekly, daily, because they don't want to be they don't want to get caught up by the law enforcement agencies. Then how much more you don't want to be caught up by the greatest enforcement agency that does not even come to your front. You don't even see him. So we should get it at the back of mind that we are even helping ourselves. We are building our spiritual bank account. So we should make sure that we take it as a mandate that we must keep and try and pay our tithes. We should try.
All right, thank you so much, Brother David, Eric, and Sister Stella Obina. Yes, we still have a lot to discuss. Remember, it's still the Morning Star Breakfast Show, and we are on the topic offering and tithing, which holds more value in the sight of God. Let's go on a short break. We have a very special segment for you this morning. So when we finish after this segment, we can now conclude on the discussion to see if Stella will actually agree with Brother Eric or Eric the vice versa. Stay tuned. We will be right back shortly.
I will lift up my eyes to the hills, from whence cometh my help from the Lord. Anything I do, anything I say, even when I smile, even when I cry, Lord, I need you. Sometimes I wonder what manner of love you have for me. You love me beyond human comprehension. You are my strength when I'm weak. You are my Lord, my fortress and shield. Oh Lord, my master and king. Oh Lord, I give you all praise, my Lord and King. Ebube dike, you're my leg, Agune Jimba, Onye name man, Songi kam no po, Oge no no Zam, oh Zam, oh Zamonda, Zamo Papa, Zamo Daddy, Zamo Onywe, Makala Ibuchi. I will lift up my eyes to the hills, from whence cometh my help from the Lord. Anything I do, anything I say, even when I smile, even when I cry, Lord, I need you.
Perfect peace of the Father. I am 144,000 Virgin Sister Ifunaya. I am here with my organist, Brother Roland Amaji. Listen and be blessed.
I was dead and he brought me back to life. I was homeless and he gave me a home. I was barren and he gave me children. I had every cause to exalt his name. He promised not to leave me comfortless. He promised not to leave me fatherless. My problems he solved and thus sets me free. I have every cause to exalt his name. This name Olumba, Olumba Ogu, has in all my life performed something great. This wonderful name, why not come and try? That calms every soul living in distress.
Call upon His holiness, Olumba. Call upon His holiness, Olumba. Call upon His holiness, Olumba. Call upon His holiness, Olumba.
In the time of sorrow, call upon him. He will answer you. Call upon him. In the time of sorrow, call upon him. He will answer you.
Welcome back. You're still watching the Morning Star Breakfast Show, and thank you so much for staying tuned. Yes, like I told you, we have a special package for you. I know why I'm saying it's a very special package for you, because it is said, learning never stops, it continues. So at this point, permit me to bring to your screen Sister E.B. Eriks. That was on a lighter note, yes. Permit me to bring to your screen Sister A.B. Rex, who will be taking us on today in history. Welcome back. I don't know, you actually flexed me before we came on board. Welcome, good to have you here.
Good morning, Sister Peace Smith.
Good
How are you
morning.
doing?
I'm doing great.
Good morning, Sister Stella and Brother Eric. Yes, good morning to our beloved audience. Yes, this is a wonderful day. It's the 13th day in the month of February. So I hope you listen and also pick one or two things that you would tend to make use of as a benefit for you. Yes. So should I continue?
Yes, please continue.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, we're going straight to Today in History / infotainment for you. Yes, this is a segment that tends to give you history per se, what has happened in different years, but on a particular day. But if you, this program, I feel this program is for a history student, mostly those that are history students. This program is something that should benefit you in your course of study. And even though you are not, I think things like this will also enlighten your brain. So we're going straight to Today in History. Remember, infotainment is meant for you, our beloved audience. If you want to celebrate your loved ones, friends, or you have any package you want to give to your loved one, please contact us 24 hours before the time, and StarCross will do it wonderfully well by putting a smile on their faces. So we're going straight to Today in History / infotainment for you. And number one on our list is France detonated its first atomic bomb in the Sahara Desert. On February 13th, 1960, France entered the exclusive circle of nuclear powers when it detonated its first atomic bomb, codenamed the Blue Jaguar, in the Sahara Desert in what was the France-Algeria. This historic test marked France as the world's fourth nuclear power after the United States, the Soviet Union, and the United Kingdom. The test occurred during the height of Cold War, a period defined by nuclear competition and global tension. France, under the President Charles, pursued nuclear capability to assert political independence and strategic autonomy, especially from the NATO's American influence. So Charles believed that a strong nuclear deterrent would solidify France's global standing and protect national sovereignty. However, the test also led to profound human environmental consequences, which is the explosion reportedly more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima, exposed military personnel and also local pollution to radiation. The legacy of nuclear contamination in Algeria remains a subject to political debate and calls for reparation. This event reshaped France's defense policy and led to the development of its independent nuclear force known as Force de Frappe. It remained a significant moment in both African and global Cold War history. Moving forward, we also have Black Love Day. Black Love Day is observed annually on February 13th in the United States. It was founded in the year 1993 by Ayo Kendi, an African-American spiritual leader and advocate for cultural healing. The day was created to promote love within the Black communities, love for self, family, culture, and community. It was established partly in response to social challenges affecting the African Americans, including systemic racism, economic inequality, and family disintegration. Positioned just before Valentine's Day, Black Love Day emphasizes deeper community-centered affection rather than commercial romance. The observance encourages forgiveness, unity, reconciliation, and empowerment. It also promotes the five tenets of love. Love for the creator, self, family, the Black community, and the Black race. Over time, it has grown into a global celebration of the cultural pride and healing among people of African descent. Black Love Day
serve as a reminder that love can be revolutionary, a tool for restoration, dignity, and collective progress. Moving forward, we also have the Children's Day, the Mainama, is celebrated annually on February 13th. The day honored the birth anniversary of General Anung Sang, born in the year 1915, who is regarded as the father of modern Myanmar and a champion of independence from the British colonial rule. General Sang strongly believed that the future of the nation rested in the hands of its youth. By linking Children's Day to its birthday, it underscored the value of nurturing young minds as the foundation for national development. The day typically includes school performance, cultural dance, educational activities, and public events dedicated to children's welfare. Moving forward, we also have World Radio Day. World Radio Day is observed every February 13th following its proclamation by the UNESCO in the year 2011 and adoption by the United States General Assembly in the year 2012. The date commemorates the establishment of the United Nations Radio in the year 1946. Radio remains one of the most accessible and affordable forms of mass communication worldwide, reaching remote communities where internet access is limited. From wartime broadcasts to emergency alert, educational programming, and entertainment, radio has shaped public opinion and also preserved cultural identity. During crises such as natural disaster or conflict, radio often becomes a lifeline for reliable information. World Radio Day celebrates radio's role in promoting freedom of expression, public debate, and also cultural diversity. Despite the digital age, radio remains resilient, adapting through podcast, online streaming, and community broadcasting. Moving forward, we also have the International Natural Day. This is celebrated on February 13th. International Natural Day is part of the journey towards self-acceptance and self-love. Following the day before Valentine's Day, which is celebrating of the love of a couple, the symbolism lies in the fact that a person is only truly able to love someone else when they are able to love themselves. Moving forward, we also have the International Winter Bike to Work Day. This day is celebrated on the second Friday of February. It began in the year 2013 as a grassroots initiative to demonstrate that cycling is possible year-round, even in cold climates. The event promotes sustainable transportation, reduced carbon emission, and also improved public health. Participants from countries like Canada, Finland, and United States proudly share photos and statistics about winter cycling. The movement challenges urban planning to improve infrastructure such as bike lane and snow clearance system. Beyond environmental benefits, cycling enhances health and also reduce traffic congestion. Winter Bike to Work Day symbolizes resilience and innovation in sustainable urban living. Moving forward, we also have the Employee Legal Awareness Day. Is observed on February 13 to promote knowledge of workplace rights and responsibilities. It also encourages employees to understand labor law concerning wages, discrimination, workplace safety, contract, and dispute resolutions. Across many nations, labor protection evolved through centuries of activism and reform, from industrial revolution to modern employment legislation. The day also highlights the importance of legal literacy in preventing exploitation and ensuring fair treatment. Organizations use this day to host formation practices in a fast-paced world marked by comparison and social media pressure. Self-love, self-respect, and inner peace are foundation for meaningful relationship. And last but not the least on our list here is the Galentine Day, a very wonderful celebration. Yes, it's celebrated on February 13th as a tribute to female friendship. The term was popularized by the television show Park and Recreation in the year 2010, exposed featuring the character played by Amy in the episode. Lizelle hosts a bunch of a brunch to celebrate a girls' pal, emphasizing loyalty and sisterhood. The fictional holiday quickly became a real cultural phenomenon across the United States and beyond. So Galentine's Day highlights the importance of platonic relationship among women, friendship that provide emotional support, empowerment, and solidarity. It has grown into a widely embraced celebration involving brunches, gift exchange, spa day, and also affirmation of appreciation. In modern society, where relationships often focus on romance, Galentine's Day redefines love as inclusive, supportive, and communal. This historical and cultural observance, though diverse in origin, form a nuclear geopolitical friendship, collectively reflecting humanity complex journey. So that's all we have for you under Today in History. And for infotainment, today happens to be Friday. We want to say happy birthday to all those that were born today. Sorry we're not able to get anybody to celebrate in particular today. That's because you didn't send your information. In short, you don't want to celebrate your loved one. Please, if your loved ones, friends, family fall in a day of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, where we do host a Morning Star Breakfast show, please do well to contact us 24 hours, even a week to 2 days too, so that we can prepare a wonderful celebration and also put a smile on their faces. Away from that, remember, there is a program called Testimony and Experience. Yes, we'll be saying this. We will continue to say this every day, because Testimony and Experience is a wonderful program that tends to impact, or should I say grow, the faith of your fellow brethren or your fellow sisters when you tend to testify. It also serve as an appreciation to God, because you are thanking God for all what He has done for you. So to be a guest on this wonderful program, please do well to call or contact Sister Stella Obina. Yes, she is the presenter of that wonderful program. If you contact her, she's going to give you all other information to make that wonderful episode a reality. Thank you very much for having me here. Thank you very much, Sister Tis, Brother Eric, and Sister Stella. This is how far we can go on today's segment.
Yeah, thank you so much. I know at this point we can actually leave you now to go on your special vacation.
Thank
All right,
you.
Stella, do you have anything to say?
Okay, I would say thank you so very much, Sister AB Rex, for bringing us this very lofty information, making us understand that there is something called Galentine's Day.
Yeah.
I never knew such a word ever existed, so I have learned something new today, that before Valentine there is Galentine. Okay, thank you so very much. Just like she mentioned, Testimony and Experience program is a very interesting program where you should share your testimonies, because it's more like you're not grateful. You cannot tell me God has not done something for you. So please do well to call the phone line on your screen, or reach out to Star Cross Television just to share your testimonies. If you're not within the world headquarters, you can always make a 3 to 7 minutes video on a landscape with a very, very quality device, just so your testimony can go on air. But if you are within the world headquarters, you can always come to Star Cross TV Complex, and then we are here for you. Thank you so very much, Sister P. Smith. Today's episode was very, very interesting. I really did enjoy our session here on today's episode. Thank you so very much.
All right, thank you so much, Stella. Brother David Eric.
All right, thank you so much, Sister A.B. Mobile Rex, for coming through for us. Indeed, she mentioned that most persons have to learn from this particular segment. Research is very important, and this is why Star Cross Television is always bringing to your doorstep Today in History. So always follow us on this segment. And from our previous segment, yes, I will say tithing is not a law, but it is the period whereby we have to come back and give to our Creator out of love and grace and mercy. He has made us to see a new day, and He said in His word that if He could take care of the birds of the air and the fishes in the water, how much more we His creation. So we should be grateful for that, and we should also know that offerings are very important. We have to show love. Our Father is a practical example of that. So why can't we emulate this? I believe we can do it through His grace and through His mercies.
All right, thank you so much, Brother David, Eric, and thank you so much, Sister A.B. Rex. I don't have to play with your name again. My apologies. Okay, so it is said that all works and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And I believe that this morning we have actually learned a whole lot, and we have actually had fun on this set. And I believe you two watching, you also had fun and you also learned a lot. Please ensure that you understand when it means you're, offering. You're making an offering and when you're paying a tithe. So see how you can balance both in your life so that you receive the blessings thereof. Until we meet again next week, Monday. Yeah, don't forget tomorrow is Anger Free Day and BCS Power of Love, celebrated by or anchored by Gaba. Okay, Stella, you have something
Yes, to add to that story, there's a quick information. Headquarters tomorrow, 14th of February, with a 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. fasting. Choristers will be used in the procession to render heavenly anthems and songs to God Almighty, while ordained ones will be used to render heavenly prayers. So if you fall amongst those categories, do well to find yourself at the headquarters, or preferably at 26 Mbukpa tomorrow for this heavenly exercise. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Father. It is only the King who knows the secrets of his kingdom. Yes, until we meet again on Monday, ensure you enjoy your weekend and, of course, enjoy the rest of the program on Star Cross Television. On Sunday, we will be broadcasting to you live from Bayelsa State. So ensure you have a fun-filled weekend. Bye for now.